Okay, you guys, I found another needle that I've never used before, and that is the spring needle. And this thing looks real funky, and you might be wondering, what the heck does it do? And do I need it? Is it gonna make my sewing easier? Well, what we're going to use this needle for is free motion embroidery, and it's going to make our life easier. So follow along, and I'm gonna show you why this needle is better for free motion embroidery than just the regular old needle in your machine. To help you understand this, let me show you what happens when you free motion embroider with just a needle. That's right, just a regular old needle. Real quick, before we head over to the sewing machine, if you're enjoying Sewing Anastasia, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to know more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person sewing classes along with the sewing club. So now we are going to try the free motion with just the needle. You can see that bobbin thread kind of, didn't even like it, didn't even catch it there. So you can see the bobbin thread coming up to the top. And what's happening, if we watch this, it's pulling the fabric up with it because it doesn't have anything pressing down on the fabric. So as you just saw, the bobbin thread's coming up to the top, the fabric is moving, and it didn't even like sewing it all. This looks horrible and uneven. Now, yes, we can play with the tensions a little bit, but overall, the machine is not liking this. So now we're gonna put in the spring needle, and how this works is this little white piece of plastic here is gonna press down on the fabric, keeping it down. So it's gonna prevent these bobbin stitches from coming up to the top of your project. At least that's what we hope's gonna happen. Let's go try it out. So now I have my spring needle on, and we are going to try some free motion here. And you can see already that we're not getting those bobbin stitches pulling up to the top. And it's because that little plastic piece is holding down the fabric when it's hitting the machine, when it's going up and down. And that's because the plastic piece is holding the fabric when it goes down. Look at what a difference this is. Let's check out the free motion work with the spring needle. So you can see how much better the stitching looks. We do still have some stitches that are popping up, like jumping up, but we don't see any of the bobbin thread. So just by having that little piece of white plastic on the bottom of the needle to hold the fabric down, it really does help control the stitching. So I do think the spring needle is a fun needle to play with, and it does make the stitching look so much nicer than just the regular needle. But if you want to get that free motion embroidery stitching looking perfect, there is a special foot you can buy that will help even more. And this is a free motion embroidery foot. So you can see the larger C-shaped space here that's going to hold your fabric down to the machine while the needle goes down and up. So that way you have a really nice stitches. So you can see how it's going to bounce up and down. This will make your free motion embroidery look much nicer. But if you don't want to spend all that money on the free motion embroidery foot, you can always try the spring needle. So what do you think of the spring needle? Are you gonna spring off to the store and buy one? Or is it maybe not for you? You're more into the free motion embroidery foot? Or are you just changing the tension, getting the right things right, and using just the needle? Rebellious. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm sure everyone would love to know what you're doing for free motion embroidery. And if there's any free motion embroidery videos or techniques you'd like to see, leave it down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when the new tutorials come out. And if you're not already a subscriber, well, make sure you subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. These videos are for you guys. And if you want to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person classes and the online sewing club. There's links down below for everything. And if you want to know what's going on in the studio right now, make sure you check out my Instagram stories. I'm always posting there. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!